whereabouts of missing blogger Ndiangui Kinyagia unknown, as the DCI say he is not in police custody. Ground set rolling for the impeachment hearing of Isiolo County Governor Abdi Guyo, who is set to face the Senate next week.
Our sign language interpreter tonight is Laura Omondi. My name is Cynthia Nanjala. Mask vendor BONIFACE KARIUKI, who was shot at close range during the June 17th demonstrations in Nairobi, has been confirmed dead after spending nearly 14 days in hospital. Family spokesperson Emily Wanjira said he passed on Monday at 3 p.m. KARIUKI had been in the ICU at the Kenyatta National Hospital since June 17th when he was shot in the city center. 2 police officers who were involved in the drama that was caught on camera are currently in custody as police investigate the same. The 2, Clinzy Baraza Masinde and Duncan Kiprono, were detained on June 19th at Capitol Hill Police Station for 15 days pending investigations by the Independent Policing Oversight Authority. The DCI arrested the officers on June 18th and booked them at Capitol Hill Police Station.
Kufahamisha wa Kenya, BONIFACE hatuko naye. Saa 9:15 tumepigiwa simu tukaambiwa BONIFACE amepumzika. Kwa hivyo tuko hapa kama familia tukiwaambia wa Kenya BONIFACE ameaga dunia.
Mimi haki ile naweza penda kuona ikitendeka ni ile mtoto wangu sasa ameenda na askari tuliambiwa ameshikwa. Sasa ningependa haki ionekane juu mtoto wangu hakuna kitu alikuwa amefanya. Na hiyo muda yote nimemlea, kama sikuwa namtaka, si mimi ndio ningemaliza mimi mwenyewe. Lakini sasa nilikuwa namtaka juu nilikuwa najua siku ya mwisho, maisha ya mwishoni, mimi huyo ndio anaweza nishikilia. Juu sasa sina mtoto mwingine kijana, hao wengine wamebaki ni wachana. Mimi nakujaga na shida huku, natoka huku. Naenda hata uzigizi ziraragi ya kutosha, hata sagina nalalaga kwa gari. Ndio kufikiria hata mtoto wangu aliulizwa nini, kama ni deni ilikuwa, si tungekuja tuambiwa na tuongee na watu pia tusaidie, tungeweza kulipa hiyo deni kama deni ilikuwa.
BONIFACE ako na bill kubwa. BONIFACE ako na bill kubwa. Kwa hivyo tunaomba wa Kenya wasaidie baba yake Mr. KARIUKI ili tuweze kumtoa hapa ili akapumzike. Tunahuzunika sana kama familia kuona kijana mdogo kama huyo anauliwa akiuza maski zake. Wezi wamejaa kwa barabara, hawapigi risasi. Lakini kijana kama huyo ambaye anajitafutia anapigwa risasi. Tunahuzunika sana na tunaomba wa Kenya watu wasikane. Tusikubali watoto wauliwe hivyo. Tusikubali watoto wauliwe hivyo sasa. Hatuwezi kubali kwa sababu leo ni mimi, kesho ni wewe. Usikae kwa nyumba unacheka. Tuliona ndugu yetu akipigwa risasi akiwa juu ya nyumba kwa sababu ya maandamano. Hakuwa kwa maandamano. Hii serikali kuanzia sasa mjue hatufurahi vile mnafanya. Mkae chini na hao vijana, muongee na wao ili
What a tragic end to that particular story. You know, something that happened right before the glare of the cameras, and the whole country and the whole world was watching. And we can only hope that the family will get the justice they deserve. Now, the DCI boss, Mohamed Amin, has confirmed to the country that missing blogger Ndiangui Kinyagia is a person of interest in a case involving false publication, denying that the blogger is in the custody of the National Police Service. The High Court had ordered the Inspector General of Police, Douglas Kanja, to produce the blogger Ndiangui Kinyagia, who has been missing for 10 days. The court directed that the application be served to the respondents by close of business Monday, with responses due within 7 days. In a decisive move, Justice Chacha Mwita ordered the IG to either produce Kinyagia in court or provide a satisfactory explanation by Tuesday 11 a.m. during an in-person mention of the matter. The application was filed at Kinyagia's whereabouts as Kinyagia's whereabouts remained unknown for over a week, raising alarm over possible enforced disappearance.
Ndiangui Kinyagi was a person of interest to us. After publishing very, very inflammatory material in the social media, I'm sure you all saw about the timetable and so on and so forth, which was trending in the social media. And our preliminary investigations established that that social media account belonged to the so-called Ndangui. And we profiled him, we identified his residence, and our officers conducted a search at his apartment in Keno. Unfortunately, he was not in his apartment, but we managed to conduct a search, and we were able to recover an assortment of electronic gadgets that we believe would be useful to us in our investigations. And we were able to do an inventory, which inventory was clearly countersigned by the caretaker of those apartments. So mine is to confirm to Kenyans that Ndangui is not under the custody of the National Police Service. He is a person of interest to us, and wherever he is, I will urge that he submits himself and that he surrenders to the nearest police station.
At the same time, the DCI boss Mohammed Amin said over 480 persons were in police custody countrywide, facing various charges ranging from murder, terrorism, gang rape, and obstruction of police while on duty. Amin said there was a threat of anarchy during the June 25th protests under the guise of peaceful demonstrations. The DCI boss further went on to say that goons were hired and transported from various parts of the country to execute a well-coordinated agenda of disruptions and violence.
448 have already been charged in court, and 37 remain under active investigation, some pending further custodial hearings. The charges range from murder, terrorism, rape, gang rape, arson, obstruction of police officers while on duty, breaking and stealing, robbery and as well robberies with violence, stealing from locked motor vehicles, incitement to violence, handling stolen goods, malicious damage to property, and possession of illegal firearms. Further investigations, including statements obtained from those arrested suspects, reveal a deliberate and well-funded plot to incite chaos, civil unrest, and widespread anarchy under the guise of public protest. Evidence indicates that the individuals were strategically mobilized and transported, particularly into Nairobi, from various parts of the country, not to express their legitimate grievances, but to execute a well-coordinated agenda of disruption and violence. These actions were not by any means spontaneous. They were orchestrated. And we are actively pursuing the key planners, the mobilizers, the financiers, and the facilitators behind this scheme, and they will be brought to.
The opposition leaders, Democracy for Citizens Party leader Rigathi Gachagua, Wiper Movement leader Kalonzo Musyoka, Democratic Action Party of Kenya leader Eugene Wamalwa, and People's Liberation Party Martha Karua have criticized President William Ruto for the extrajudicial and bad governance, saying that his administration has failed to stabilize the economy and instead has sanitized corruption. The opposition has added that the Ruto-led administration continues to abduct people with dissenting voices, enabling corruption, going for the president, whom they allege has stolen land for the Ma community. DCP party leader Rigathi Gachagua has called out President Ruto for being insensitive with the challenges Kenyans are undergoing, adding that he will continue uniting all Kenyans of goodwill to remove Ruto from office.
Tukianzia hapa Narok, huyu Kasongo asipofukuzwa ataiba mashamba yenu yote. Kweli ama uongo? Pale holding ground, pahali ilikuwa ya kuweka ng'ombe ya Masai, eka 1,100 Kasongo amechukua. Pale Masai Mara ameshikana na governor, wameimba shamba 4,000 acres. Si ndio?
Vile naona Kasongo akiendelea, anataka kuharibu nchi ndivyo aweze kudeclare state of emergency. Ameona ya kwamba Kasongo ameona siku zake ziko karibu kuisha. Anatuma wahuni kuchoma police stations, anawachoma kuharibu mali ya serikali, kisha anasema ni wafuasi wetu wanafanya ile. Sisi ajue ya kwamba hatutamruhusu.
Sikia juzi waziri wa afya Enda Duale akisema dawa ya shilingi bilioni 90 ati imeozea kwa magala, kwa store. Sasa wiki mbili zimeisha, hakuna mtu hata leo amepelekwa kotini. Hiyo ni kumaanisha hiyo ni jama ya Kasongo na waziri wake kuhakikisha wataendelea kupora mali ya Wakenya. Alafu anaomba ati shilingi milioni 6 aende akachome zile dawa, ndio arudi agize zingine.
Tunasema hatutakubali vijana kuuawa. Wale ambao wameshikwa juzi, wameshikwa kila mahali. Usiseme ati mtu anasema kula, anasema watu wametoka sijui Murang'a, wametoka Nyeri, walitoka Kenya kila mahali. Hapa Narok mlikuwa na maandamano.
Mimi nimesikia William Ruto akisema eti kuna watu wanataka kutumia Gen Z eti waweze kuangusha serikali yake. Wamesema eti there's an attempted coup. Kwa hivyo lazima vijana Gen Z washikwe. Leo kutoka Narok tunataka tuambie bwana William Ruto, hatuna haja overturn or to overthrow your government. Sisi tumekubali Ruto akwe na one.
Isiolo County Governor Abdi Hassan Guyo will next week Tuesday and Wednesday face the Senate plenary to defend himself over several grounds of his impeachment case. The governor, who was impeached by the Isiolo County MCAs, has been accused, among other grounds, of hiring 36 advisors instead of the 3 approved by the Salaries and Remuneration Commission. Governor Hassan's fate now rests with the Senate after 16 of 18 Isiolo MCAs voted to remove him from office last Thursday, accusing him of stalling development, mismanaging county resources, and fostering an atmosphere of fear within his administration.
Or to investigate the matter in plenary. The motion having been negatived, the route of special committee is abandoned, and that implies that the Senate will investigate the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Abdi Ibrahim Hassan, the governor of Isiolo County, in plenary, pursuant to Section 33(3)(a) of the County Governments Act and Standing Order 81(b)(2). Now, and D, the Senate shall then investigate the matter in plenary on Tuesday, the 8th of July, and Wednesday, the 9th of July, 2020.
Now, the Ministry of Health has officially posted 6,484 medical interns across various medical cadres. Nearly 2,000 interns affiliated with the Kenya Medical Practitioners, Pharmacists and Dentists Union, KMPDU, have been posted, and they will be remunerated as per the collective bargaining agreement. Medical officers interns posted are 1,127, 87 dentists, 500 pharmacists, 2,652 clinical officers, interns, and 2,098 nursing officers. The Health Cabinet Secretary said medical officer interns are critical in achieving quality universal health coverage.
Our internship is as expected. Our letter has everything we expected, and yeah, I'm grateful and I'm looking forward to a very, very successful 12 months ahead.
It's the first time in the history, by the way, to have more than 1,700 doctors posted to the hospitals. So this is a big landmark, and it's an indication that these doctors will go there motivated because they're going to be paid as per the CBA that was signed in 2017. That their dignity has been preserved, that we can actually say that they'll be offering services to the hospitals. And this is what we all need.
Each one of you will take your letter. It is different from when individually were coming to pick their letter under the table. Chini ya maji. There used to be ghost interns. The way we had many ghost UHC, now I'm being forced. I want to deal with the genuine people. I need to protect public resources. Integrity is very rare in our country. We must instill integrity.
Mandera County Governor Mohamed Adan Khalif has expressed concern over the ongoing demonstrations in various parts of the country, warning that continued unrest could destabilize Kenya's hard-won peace. Speaking during the launch of a modern laboratory in Arabia sub-county, Governor Khalif said that persistent protests are not healthy for the country and urged relevant authorities to intervene and bring the demonstrations to an end once and for all.
Ameharibu nafasi yake na ubunge wa taifa la Kenya wakaamua akasema ende nyumbani, then he should not distract this country. We have nowhere else to go. Na kama wananchi wa Kenya, kama viongozi, hatuwezi kubali. If we don't have police officers, if we don't have security in this country, then you can imagine what will happen. Saizi we are talking of human rights. Officers wa polisi ama wa security ni baba, ndugu na semeji ama ndugu za wale wa Kenya. They are brothers, sisters, fathers, mothers of our people. Vile juzi lipigwa, uliona vile mama ameumuzwa, vile officers walipigwa, is going to be bad. It's a dangerous trend because these are people that need to protect us and our property. Na pia tunaona mbaya tukiona vijana wetu ambao walikuwa na nia mzuri kufanya demonstration wawe infiltrated na goons na hawa pia waumie, because kuna vijana wamepoteza maisha yao. There are mothers who are now crying, and these are being done by political opportunists who wants to ascend to power through a wrong way.
Allow us to take a quick breather at that particular point. We'll be coming back shortly with more news making headlines on the other side. Stay with us. At the Jadelica Hotel in Kandui, the defendants' lawyers Eric Nahurenya and Ken Echesa have complained about harassment of their clients, saying it is an attack against them by the government. The case will be mentioned again on July 14th.
No evidence was tendered before this court to prove any specific instance or likelihood of the respondents interfering with potential witnesses. The prosecution did not place before this court material evidence of actual or perceived interference. I therefore find that the prosecution has failed to tender compelling reasons to deny the respondents bail or bond. The circumstances, I make the following orders. 1. The respondents are committed to a bond of Kenya shillings 50,000 plus one surety of a similar amount, or an alternative cash bill of 20,000. 2. The respondents are ordered to be reporting to the investigating officer at DCI Bugoma every Monday of the week to assist in investigations.
The police, through the prosecution, presented 5 suspects, and the state said that these suspects took part in the 25th June demonstrations that were commemorating the Gen Z demonstrations of last year out of the botched Finance Bill 2024. Instead of charging these young men, the state went on a fishing expedition, asking the court to grant them 14 days to hold the suspects on very weak and flimsy grounds, alleging that the young men who were arrested would interfere with the witnesses, that they had caused malicious damage. In Makiu, the complainant, who is Jaldeka Hotel, had Jadelika, had people arrested last week. 20 suspects were arrested last week, but the court sitting last week released them on bond and bail. After their release on Friday, they arrested our clients, the 5 who've been brought in today, and we are happy that the court has agreed with our argument and determined that the state, through the prosecution, did not tender any evidence or even purport to tender any evidence that would warrant continued detention of the accused.
The Council of Imams and Preachers of Kenya has called for the reassignment of the Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen following controversial remarks he made during a recent visit to Kikuyu Police Station on Thursday afternoon. The national chairman, Sheikh Abdallah Ateka, said the remarks in which Murkomen was quoted as telling police officers to shoot anyone approaching a police station during demonstrations were inappropriate and unbecoming of a senior government official. Echoing the sentiment, Uasin Gishu chairman Sheikh Abubakar Bini stated that the Interior Ministry was proving too demanding for Murkomen.
Murkomen atungi mkono bwana. Nani mwenye akili timamu atunga mkono sema kwamba piga mtu risasi huwa? Hiyo ni mambo ambayo waziri kama huyo na ni kiongozi anasema tena mbele ya watu ya kamera, alafu anasema kwamba alielekwa kwa njia mbaya. Alielekwa kwa njia mbaya kivipi? Hata mtoto mdogo alishikia shilingi Murkomen alisema. Hii mambo kusema alielekwa kwa njia mbaya sio sawa. Kwa hivyo hatungi hiyo mkono bwana. Ni jambo ambalo la aibu sana kwa mtu kama huyo, mtu ambaye ni lawyer msomi, kwanza kutamka matamshi kama ana akiwa kiongozi, na hiyo docket ambayo ni muhimu sana, sensitive. Mweze kuzungumzia mambo kama hayo.
Murkomen, ikiwa itawezekana, apetiwe wizara nyingine. Wizara ya ulinzi imemshinda na kila Mkenya ajua halo imemshinda. Kwa hivyo serikali ina nafasi kubwa, wizara ni nyingi, apewe wizara nyingine. Taifa ni kubwa kuliko mtu yoyote, kuliko mwanasiasa, kuliko upinzani wala serikali. Manake tumeona vidole zinaonyeshana ya kwa kuwa wenye kuharibu mali ni vijana. Vijana wanasema wa polisi wanaua vijana. Sasa ni kuonyeshana vidole. Nini tutafanya? Wito wetu kama baraza, tunataka kuwe na mazungumzo. Tusingoje Kofi Annan aje atukalishe chini kutuzungumzia amani. Kwa nini sisi wenyewe tusizungumze?
Maandamano tena ya kukumbuka yaliyofanywa Jumatano, kukumbuka wale waliouliwa ama waliopotea 2024, imepoteza tena watu 19, zaidi ya 500 damu zao zimemwagika. Na hizi damu zilizomwagika ni vijana wanaotegemewa katika dunia nzima, age between 18 hadi 30, ni watu wanaotegemewa katika mambo yote ya taifa lolote nchini Kenya na duniani nzima. Ndio tukasema maandamano yamebadilika, imekuwa kibali cha mauti.
Kwa nini wanataka kuchoma nchi yetu? Wanataka kuharibu kila siku. Mpaka watu wengine wamesema, vyombo vya habari za nje wanasema ile maandamano ya Jumatano lengo lake lilikuwa linaonekana kupindua serikali. Wakipindua watapata nini ndani? Nchi inayopindua.
President William Ruto has welcomed the decision by the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development to establish its African Continental Office in Nairobi. The ratification process is currently before Parliament. President Ruto said this is a strategic move that will strengthen support for the micro, small and medium enterprises, MSMEs, and promote public-private partnerships as key drivers of economic growth. He made the remarks on the sidelines of the 4th International Conference on Financing for Development in Seville, Spain, where he held talks with the bank president Odile Renaud-Bassot. President Ruto and the bank president agreed on a comprehensive engagement strategy, including support for climate financing, the promotion of green investments, and the organization of an investor conference in Nairobi later this year.
Negotiating an outcome document like the Seville Commitment requires significant effort, yet without a framework for implementation, that effort risks being in vain. I am optimistic that the SPA will help governments fast-track the FDA outcome. Kenya has co-sponsored several SPA initiatives in collaboration with other governments. And we are co-founders of the 4P, the Pact for Prosperity, People and the Planet, launched at the Paris Summit in June 2023, and reaffirmed by the Africa leaders at the Africa Climate Summit in Nairobi that year.
Global development crisis that threatens people and planet alike. Our roadmap to a better future, the Sustainable Development Goals, is in danger. 2/3 of the targets are not progressing fast enough or at all. Solutions depend on financing. Developing countries need over $4 trillion a year to deliver on the 2030 agenda.
All right, finally in business, SBM Bank Kenya and Serena Hotels have unveiled a strategic partnership aimed at enhancing value for cardholders while invigorating Kenya's tourism and hospitality sectors. This collaboration introduces a tailored suite for exclusive offers for SBM cardholders across all Serena Hotel resorts, lodges, and camps in Kenya, positioning both institutions as champions of experience-led service and regional travel. Speaking at the signing ceremony, Beth Thuo, the Director of Consumer Banking at SBM Bank Kenya, underscored the significance of the partnership in the current financial and consumer landscape. This strategic agreement responds to growing consumer demand for the seamless integration of financial services with lifestyle and leisure benefits.
So our partnership is going to allow SBM bank cardholders to enjoy a 20% off on dining experiences at Nairobi Serena, and also 15% off on accommodation experiences at Nairobi Serena and our other Serena hotels within Kenya, and a 10% off on Maisha Spa experiences. So whether you want to relax, you want to take care of your body, your skin, you want to get a massage, you're going to have that benefit as a customer of SBM Bank when you come to Serena Hotels. We expect this to offer so much value to both of our entities, and of course to develop loyalty.
So this partnership here really is a partnership that looks to elevate the experiences of both customers at SBM Bank and Serena. The reason for this partnership is to ensure that we are innovating around the consumer, the customer, to give them value. To give them value from an experience perspective and value from the perspective of the discounts that they're able to get, even as they seek to get wellness and financial security between our two esteemed organizations.
All right, that is where we wrap it up tonight. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're duly informed on what is making headlines across the country. I know it is the end of June. Tomorrow is a new month, so happy new month of July in advance. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Laura Omondi. My name is Cynthia Nanjala. Blessed night.